Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. It is Frugalista here and I am bringing you my recommendations for the Sephora spring sale. This started already. It is Rouge preview, I believe April 26th, and then I think it goes all the way through May 6th with the VIB Rouge first, then there's like the VIB, and then there's just the Beauty Insider. Is that how that is? So yeah, and it goes like 20% off for Rouge, 15%, and then 10%. And I think that Rouge can, I mean, you're watching this and you know how this works. So yeah, I'll just put everything below. If you don't know how it works, read that, okay. Okay, so yes, I am more frugal than high-end, but I splurge. So I would say that these are my recommendations if you want to splurge. If you want to splurge, and you know you're getting 20% off or, you know, whatever it is. I mean, we can rationalize spending money on makeup until, like, you know, the cows come home. So I tried to pull as many categories as I could and to just go, look, these are favorite items. And so many of these I don't think are seasonal or something kind of, you know, new or trendy. I think these are kind of staple items, so, and brands. And I'm gonna just start with kind of in a skincare realm. I don't have anything skincare. I realize my skincare is a lot of drugstore. You know, I've got Beauty by Design, I've got Paula's Choice, I've got K-Beauty. I really avoid Sephora for my skincare. And I only have like one hair care body item because I'm also cheap when it comes to that stuff. For sunscreen, let me recommend Volition, the Prismatic Luminizing Shield SPF 50. This stuff is beautiful. It has, you can use it as a primer and it has a bit of a prism quality to it. It has like a luminous pearl finish. It's great sunscreen. It's great under makeup. Does not pill. It's awesome. And I love Volition, the brand. Also, Kula, this is their classic sunscreen. This is the unscented one. You want to make sure you're getting unscented. This is actually a BB cream. It has SPF 30. It has a little bit of a tint to it. Kula has, I can't use all the products. Some of the sunscreen products have some ingredients in there that are sensitizing, but there are some that are phenomenal. And this is a classic good pick for a sunscreen. So like I said, I only have one hair brand. Yeah, it's a brand. And that's Drybar. I love Drybar. I think Drybar and Living Proof are probably my two brands I will sometimes splurge for. I'm trying to think if I'm missing something because I might be. But the Triple Sec, and this is actually a small one I got in a holiday. I think this is from a holiday set. And Triple Sec is basically a volumizer and like a dry shampoo. It is such a neat product. I know that Drybar is coming out with a clear dry shampoo. I have not tried that yet. I like their dry shampoo. I like their heat thing, the heat protectant. So good stuff, and I think worth the price. So yeah, let us see. Okay, so then I thought I would go in order. So going in order for primers. Primers that are great for sensitive skin and that probably have a little bit of a hydrating or some kind of blurring effect has been my choice. And that's just because I do have combination skin in the summer, but I have sensitive skin all year round, and I pretty much will have dry skin all year round. So unless I'm like, it's really warm out and I'm really oily or humid, I'm pretty much dealing with dry areas. And I would say the Hangover from Too Faced is wonderful. I bought this when I was in Maui, which I know that's kind of funny to buy a sunscreen that's moisturizing on a tropical vacation. We had been snorkeling, we had been, of course, in the ocean, and the wind and sun, and my face just was feeling like it needed something, and this was awesome. So this is the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Primer, and I really think it's great. So little tiny scent in there of coconut, FYI, if that's not your jam. No problem. That sounds so funny. Touch and Soul. This is the smooth and pore covering. I forgot I had this, but this is a good one. I don't know if this is online only or in stores, but the Touch and Soul brand is so good. This primer is really nice, and it does kind of give you that, I don't want to say glass skin, but you know, it's a good primer, and it has maybe a scent in it, and so I think I avoid it because I use actually some drugstore ones that are fragrance free more often, but this is a good one to go for. It kind of goes into the K-beauty realm. It's not very expensive, and it does a nice job under makeup. Cover FX Gripping Primer. I do like this. It's got such a neat quality to it. It's that jelly texture. It gets kind of tacky on the skin, and it does a good job. It really does. So I like the way my foundation feels on top of it. Oh, I have a little itch. What does it mean when your nose itches? Someone's talking about you? No, those are your ears. Someone's thinking about you? You have allergies? Okay. I think, yeah, those are my primers. Foundations. Oh yes. So again, I use a ton of drugstore foundations. So I was like, what high-end foundations do I love? And I feel like there isn't one that's like 100%. There are some that are 100% Beautypedia certified, 5 stars, no scent, no nothing, anything bad. But I actually I don't know if I've tried them, or maybe I haven't just loved them. So ones I do love that are pretty darn good. I'm gonna get a t-shirt that says pretty darn good, because that's like my thing, is I always go, this is pretty darn good. I don't know, have you noticed that? I've noticed it. Okay. Fenty Beauty. If you want to get anything from Fenty Beauty for the sale, you will not regret it. I seriously believe that everything in that line is beautiful. Fenty Beauty, this foundation, I think it's the Pro Filter Soft Matte Long Wear Foundation. I know it doesn't work for all of you. This though is a really good full coverage, poreless. It is a makeup. So like, it's gonna look like you're wearing makeup. I'm not gonna lie, okay? But not in a bad way, but just in a, yeah, yeah. It's not like a tinted moisturizer. So, but it's good. It's good. And then I kind of moving down from the full coverage pore, or you know, like makeup to the really good coverage and actually kind of invisible on your skin. This Wander Beauty Nude Illusion Liquid Foundation I am in love with. I have shade light and I have light medium. It is kind of sheer, like in terms of, it's so easy on the skin and you can build it to such a full coverage, but it doesn't look cakey. It is so good for older skins. I really think that if you have a dry skin but you want that full coverage, but you don't want to look too made up, try this. I know it's $40, but that's why I'm recommending it during the sale. And if we're going to talk about, I'm going to cross over a little bit and throw in the powder foundation, because this can be used as a powder or as a foundation, and I can't find anything yet that comes close to this. Maybe I might be close with some other brands, and even the Maybelline, I have to say, is kind of a good one in terms of powder foundation that doesn't cake. But this Wanderlust powder foundation is it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal, and it's what turned me on to Wander Beauty. And then when I reviewed it, they found me and they were so sweet to me. And yeah. The Kosas Oil Foundation is so good. Remember, put it on with your fingers, apply it, work it into the skin. This is if you want a more natural finish, but with really good blurring and, you know, really good like softening of your skin and perfecting without doing it too much. and it's just great. And there's a bunch of oil in here, and it's all good non-reactive stuff for sensitive skin. I really like it. I forgot about this Clinique guy, and I thought I would throw it in here because it's pretty affordable. This Clinique Even Better Foundation, Even Better Glow, like reflecting makeup. It only has SPF 15. Don't use it as your SPF. But it is a really good, lightweight, kind of mid-cover, natural finish foundation. If you're a fan of Clinique and you've been like, should I try that? I think it's great for older skin, so it's a nice one. I did a foundation featured on it, and I think I was like, oh, it's pretty good. And then it's one of those ones where I have rediscovered it and thought, this is nice. So that is the foundation. Okay, so then we talked powder, Wander Beauty powder. Yes, Wander Beauty, are you coming out with a loose powder one of these days? I recommend anything from the Wander Beauty line, anything from Fenty, anything from Pat McGrath. You are not going to be just disappointed. I'm trying to think of other lines that are just kind of like Jouer. Yeah. So speaking of, hang on. Actually, I'm going to talk about one more powder. Hourglass, you guys. So hard to come up with a dupe to this. So just go get the whole thing. Get the real deal. This is the Diffused light powder. It's beautiful. I think the Milani Prep and Glow powder is kind of like it. And I think the Laura Geller Baked and Brighten, it's like a powder foundation, but kind of a highlighter too. That's pretty good. Here I don't know why I'm like, this isn't a dupes video, Rebecca, just stick to the point. But I always feel like I need to tell you more. The Hourglass, the ambient light powders are beautiful. And sometimes you won't think they're doing anything. You're like, what? I'm putting on powder and I don't know. And then you walk away and then you catch your reflection somewhere, you take a photo, and then you go, oh wow. Wow, that is magic. And I'm telling you, but why Hourglass? Why do you have to be the cost of a kidney? I love concealers. I have a lot of them. I'm like, Rebecca, narrow this down to 2. And then I talked in a third person. I had an argument in my head in third person. Just kidding. Okay, Fenty concealer, Jouer concealer. Now, there are other concealers out there I want to try. I'm probably going to pick up a couple, but I don't have the verdict. The jury is still out. I don't know. I haven't reviewed them. So what I've reviewed, what I reach for constantly, what I love from Sephora, these 2. And they run light. So I have the shade Custard and I have the shade 200. They run light, just to let you know. So, yeah. Eyebrows are so good. Urban Decay, the Brow Blade. I really like this. And I really like, this better not be an Ulta exclusive. But this Tarte Busy Gal Brows is also really good. So when you want a brow gel to just fill in little fibers, great. You can either go full hog and, put it on as a last thing or fill in your brows more, or you can use it kind of just as a natural, like I'm going to groom my brows, but not really go in to define. And then this has the tattoo ink, like, okay, whatever. This part on the one end, which is like a little brush, and then this is just your fine brow pencil, and both great. Really like them. So I mentioned Pat McGrath, and I will say any lipstick from Pat McGrath is beautiful. I am wearing Elson. This has been a full-on favorite forever and ever of mine. Pat McGrath lipsticks are expensive, and yet if you have a lipstick kind of thing, then it's worth it. And if you collect makeup, then it's worth it. So this is my shade. I love this shade, and the 1995 for nude. And also, I picked one mascara. I know, right? And that is the Pat McGrath Fetish Eyes. I love a ton of mascaras, and the Wander Beauty mascara is phenomenal, but I'm like, if you really want to go for impact, and I do love the YSL Shock. Ooh, golly. I'm trying to think what other ones I like. But this Pat McGrath, it's so good. I know I'm buying a tube of it for the sale, so I just thought I'd share that with you. And yeah, it's the most pigmented mascara I've ever tried. In fact, it's almost a little bit hard to remove because it leaves a bit of pigment behind. So if you're looking for a dramatic mascara, that's your girl. Okay, lips. Back to lips because I kind of veered off in the Pat McGrath realm, but I've got it. Oh my God, the Sephora Stories lipsticks that are what, $8, $12? Those are amazing. I forgot. Those are really, really good. I forgot to pull those. So yeah, lip liners, Kat Von D and Jouer. These lip liners I love them. I love that you don't sharpen them. I love how soft and buttery they are. I like that they're less than $20 because I don't want to spend like $30 on a lip liner. The shade I'm wearing today is Rouge, and this is Bow and Arrow, and it is such a good nude shade. Another one I love is Lovecraft. That is such a good shade. So whether or not you can find the Jouer in your Sephora, I know they're online. It's not every Sephora has I don't think every Sephora has a Jouer counter yet, or display. Yeah, so this. Now you guys, I didn't talk about eyeshadows. I know. And that's because I realized my eyeshadow palettes I've been using are primarily drugstore. And the shadow palettes I love the Anastasia, I love the Urban Decay Born on the Run, I love the Just Peachy from Too Faced. There are so many shadows palettes that come and go, and so I'm kind of like, I don't quite know what's limited edition, what's gone, what's there. I don't really have a staple of I'm trying to think of a eyeshadow palette that I would get at Sephora. So I thought I would give you guys a break and not suggest an eyeshadow palette. Aren't you glad? All right, last is a setting spray. I figured I would include one, and that is the Cover FX. This is the Dewy Finish. There is it the illuminating one? This one is good, and the illuminating one is good. And if you don't mind, like the little flecks of sparkle, it's not really though. I mean, it's just kind of dewy. Oh, I don't know. No fragrance, no denatured alcohol. There were a number of sprays I used to use, Kat Von D, Urban Decay, that kind of thing. And I didn't realize that they have denatured alcohol in them. And so, no. But I'm always on a hunt for a setting spray, and this one fits the bill for me. I like it. It has that little bead in there, you're like really, and it's got a good sprayer. I actually, today, I'm wearing this sunscreen Scott Barnes trick. I took my Neutrogena and I went, shh. Yeah, I did. Alrighty, I'm trying to think what else on my face. Actually, I'm gonna list below. This is a Palladio palette. You can get it at Sally Beauty. I know. And I'm wearing Pat McGrath, and what else? Mascara. Yeah, that's about it. So there you are. Those are my recommendations for the Sephora sale. All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope you subscribe to my channel and give me that thumbs up button with, not a Band-Aid thumbs up. Ooh. And what else? Yeah, so leave me a comment, and I will see you next time. Bye.